When it's hot and sunny and there's two fantastic teams playing some top-class footy, and that's what we're seeing today. And Willits wins the first ruck tap of the second half, got it down to Mackenzie, and now they're away. Mackenzie gets it back from the handball, and he goes with a right foot kick long to the goal square for Mont. It might just squeeze through. No, it's gone to the left. Inspiring start from Montmorency. Great stuff getting the clearance and moving it forward very quickly. Mark Mackenzie involved in everything.
Just not getting the result they wanted in the end. Kicking out from fullback is Shelton. He goes up to left half back. Oh, good mark taken there from Matty Dennis, who just chips it over the top. Goes up to the half forward line, finds Mamone, takes it, goes back, handballs on to Papaluca, who goes inboard again. Tries to find Mitchell, just a bit too heavy for Mitchell. Ball on the ground here. Mascara wrapping up his man in a tackle. But the umpire has called for a stoppage. We'll have a ball up at left half forward for Bundoora.
So the umpire now with the footy about 60 metres out from the Bundoora goal. Willits going up against Dennis. Dennis won that one down to Carmuciano. Tried to hand it back to Dennis, but wasn't clean. But Dennis was able to pick the ball up off the ground and deliver it nicely to Lord, who takes a mark about 40 metres out, swings around on the right foot in the direction of Cloak. Great mark, Mick Fitzgerald. That is sensational work there. He's one of the star shining lights in the Montmorency defence in the first half, and he starts the second half with a beautiful mark.
It's been a pretty even contest, Mick Fitzgerald and Cameron Cloak, so far throughout the game. I think he's had it's been 50-50s.
Most definitely.
Ryan goes out to the wing, finds his man out there in Paddy Fitzgerald, who's just moved up from centre half forward, goes to find Walton, who takes probably what's his first mark of the day, who goes inside forward 50 again, tries to find Haynes, driving in front there, Marshall. Well, he keeps going on, doesn't he? Marshall almost gets the ball back, but it goes instead to Papaluca, who's wrapped up in a tackle. Bundoora get it back again, high kick up to the wing now. Palazzolo put his body on the line, but Walton came out the victor with the mark. And he's taking it at right half forward.
He's one who needs to lift Benny Walton.
There's a lead in the pocket from Haynes. Decides to go over the top. There's a contest in the square at the back, but a free kick has been paid, and it will go to Montmorency, and they're going to have a shot at goal here early in the third quarter, and it looks like it's going to be Big Paddy Fitzgerald who's going to take it, and he'll line up almost directly in front. Plenty of the goal face to aim at, only 30 metres out.
And that's a great sign for Mont, both Benny Walton and Paddy Fitzgerald getting involved. Neither of them could get anywhere near it in that first half, but both of them starting very nicely. A good mark there from Walton, a nice driving ball into Fitzgerald, who has converted. He's put it through the middle, Paddy Fitzgerald. He's got his first goal of the day, and it's a big one. And Monty are right in this, a 3-point ball game.
Well, we said it going into half-time. It was pretty amazing that they had made that charge without either of Fitzgerald or Walton scoring a goal, but that certainly changed pretty quickly in this quarter. Fitzgerald getting on the board, Walton getting his hands on the footy as well, and that's dangerous signs for Bundoora, it has to be said, with the two Monty key forwards starting to make an impact on the game.
So the score reads 8-8-56 Bundoora to 8-5-53 Montmorency. Back in the middle of the ground here, Montmorency getting plenty of the possession early here in the third quarter. Umpire throws it up. Tap down from Dennis, goes to his man there in Shaw, who goes with a big kick inside the forward 50 again. Moorcroft running onto this one. Coghill did well, tapped it onto Ryan, who just tracks it down, and now he's away through the defensive 50, exits the 50, goes out to the wing, but it's been called back, I think.
Run too far.
He's run too far without bouncing, and Bundoora are going to have a free kick at centre half forward. It's going to be in the hands of Lord.
It's been just about best on ground, Harley Ryan, but took 2 steps too many, and he was penalised for it.
If I just add as well, that goal there to Fitzgerald was his 50th of the year.
So Lord lines up directly in front, kicks from the 50. It's a high one. Might not have the carry. It's going to go to the line. Big mark at the back. No, Dennis drops it at the last moment, and just one rush behind. Bundoora now 57 to Montmorency 53.
So Mick Fitzgerald at fullback here for Mont. And as we said a few times throughout the first half, they did have a bit of trouble clearing their defensive line, and he goes long out to the outer side. There's a one-on-one contest. Great effort by the smaller man in Papaluca, and he's going to get a little bit of help from his teammate out there. Sliding little ball inside 50 is no good, and a good mark taken there by Mark Mackenzie, who started this third quarter well.
We've seen him do that a couple of times today, Mackenzie. With his experience, get back, help out the defenders, and he's taken so many clearing marks there, and he goes long this time. On that far wing, the baseball side of the ground, goes at the back. Dennis got an unkind bounce that allowed Fitzgerald to crush through, gave a handball off to Willett, who went to the tunnel handball, got it up down, is it Flint? Kick, well, it's come off the side of the boot, down socket on further afield. Shelton led the race there. Walton just worked him off the footy there. He was tackled though as he went to get rid of a good defensive work there. Now in the hands of Glowry, got a handball at the back. It was cut off there by Whitling, but he couldn't quite take it cleanly. Now it's going to be the Bulls with numbers. Handball outside, and they're outside of defensive 50. The ball is now kicked out from Mitchell. Got it out, but it's going to be turned over, and taking the mark there is Tennant right in the heart of Geelong Reserve.
He does not drop him, Tennant, and he goes out wide now, out to half forward, a one-on-one contest. He's got a little bit of help there, Keenan, but he does it all himself. But he probably should have given the handball over to Walton, who was calling for it, because the kick was no good, blasted out of bounds on the full to the left-hand side.
So a free kick now in the right back pocket. Marshall has it. Probably the leading possession getter, I'd argue, for Bundoora so far today. Kicks up to Carl Lyon. A lot of pressure, but the free kick has been paid for over the shoulder, and Marshall gets it back now. Running out of defence, has to be quick. Finds Mamone in the middle of the ground. Goal put in a good tackle, good spoil there. Goal keeps running onto it as well. Inside the forward 50, Montmorency. Goal laid a big, had a big shoulder laid on him. As the ball is just held up now inside the forward 50 for Montmorency, and there'll be a ball up at centre half forward.
Dangerous little ball through the corridor from Marshall. Probably would have been better suited to go long down the line as Dennis wins that one down. Opportunity out the back for someone to pick it up. Carmuciano went with the left foot kick up to half forward, tried to get it to teammate in Lord. Nice effort there by Tennant to swing the ball back in Montmorency's forward zone. Going up high was Fitzgerald, tried to take the mark. Nice work there by Glowry with the left foot snap, and he finds a teammate, and it's Mitchell. He gets a little handball inside to Mamone, who has to pick it up after the Mitchell handball was infringed with. And now a chance here to go inside for goal. Here is Mitchell, some hard running from him, and there's Lord. Handball back to Dyson, who's usually a good user of the footy. He slides one into Moorcroft. He goes a left foot check side, and he's put through another goal. Gary Moorcroft, he's got his third of the day, and the Bulls needed that one just to steady.
They're just able to always get that goal. As soon as Montmorency can close within that single-digit margin, Bundoora finds a reply. And that time there, it's good work in the middle of the ground. It was, I think it initially started with, Carmuciano perhaps at ground level, got it on to Mamone. Mitchell got involved. It was a dinky kick for, I don't know if it was originally designed by Dyson to get to Moorcroft, but it found him nevertheless. And then Moorcroft, with his experience, playing on straight away, put him through a check side. He's got goal number 3. He's the leading goal scorer on the ground today. And the Bulls again have a margin just in excess of a goal. They currently lead this game here. It's 61 to 53. I'm just waiting for the scoreboard to update.
I think it's 63
to 53. 9-9-63 to 8 goals by 53.
Ball's got it down to Donaldson, but he was wrapped up straight away, so we'll have yet another stoppage.
10-point ball game here. Bundoora still leading it here, thanks to a goal from Moorcroft. Willetts taps it down, gets it off to Donaldson, who puts a high one up to the forward flank, running onto it. Glowry almost takes a one-handed, just left it behind though. Flint gets it back, wheels around on the right boot, going towards goal.
Yes.
Oh, he's got it! Craig Flint brings it back. And what a great goal. We're used to seeing him down in defence, but up in the forward line now, shrugged off his man, and the game is brought back to a 4-point margin. 9-9-63 Bundoora to Montmorency 9-5-59.
Big statement from Craig Flynn. Instant response straight after the goal there from Moorcroft. Got one straight back, and it's back to a 4-point ball game, and Montmorency are not letting Bundoora get away again as they did in the first quarter.
Well, he's a handy player, isn't he? Because he's such a good defender, but because he can take a mark, he's able to then go forward if tools aren't working. And today we haven't seen Walton and Fitzgerald struggle. Flint goes forward, and that's a telling blow, that one there. It's
the luxury of having key players, isn't it? Because we've seen Mackenzie now go down in defence, and he's had a bit of an impact, and now Flint's gone up in the forward line and just kicked a goal.
Oh, Willett's got it out to Mackenzie, and now Monty are running beautifully, and that was a lovely kick from that man Mackenzie, and he finds Jackson, who is usually a pretty good ball user, experienced player. Ryan Jackson gets it inside forward 50, just nudged under the ball was Walton, and a good mark taken out the back there by Farrelly, and he's able to switch over to the other side of the ground. He's got a running Carline for him. The ball didn't sit up for him, but it eventually did, because I thought Daly was going to get there, but Carline was eventually able to get the ball to sit for him, and now he gets it back now, and he goes with a right foot kick up between wing and half forward. James Lord almost takes the mark, gathers it again after it bounced at ground level. Got a handball back to Glowry, who was very good in the first half, and he's a booming left foot kick. He gets it inside forward 50. Maybe another chance here for the Bulls. At ground level, it's Dyson. He's going to get it back now after a little handball from a teammate. A check side in towards goal is not going to get there. It just, it was in the nick of the boundary post, so it's going to be, is it out on the full or is it?
I think it might have just hit it on the full,
just
trying to bounce it. So it's going to be a ball to He's had some it's like Fitzgerald is going to kick it out there. Kicks long, looking. Oh, big fly came from behind. That was Dennis who flew over the back. Handball off now to Santoro. Fly on goal. It's going to go right to the line. It's offline. Nevertheless, and Whitman got back and took the mark regardless, and his kick is an absolute shocker.
No, can't do that.
It ends up out of bounds on the full, and it's going to be in dangerous hands. It's Ricky Dyson, although this won't favour his left foot, I guess. So you can look for the centre up. It's a beautiful kick of the football. We know that Ricky Dyson, one of the best kicks in the league. So you give him half a chance, but just watch for perhaps a centering ball from here. He'd have to be kicking from about 45 metres out from goal. As he centres the ball, there it goes, and it's Carline who runs in and takes the mark.
They've been allowed to do that again.
And then the angle opens up by a good 10 metres or so there, so plenty of goal face now for Brendan Carline to work with.
Looks like he's looking for another option inside the forward 50 as well. Looks like he might now decide to go for the shot at goal, which he will. 45-degree angle, maybe a bit tighter. On the perimeter of the 50, just sits it up high towards the goal square. Who's going to fly from the back? Niner. Good fit out, but a free kick has been picked out, and it will go to Bundoora. We'll have a free kick from the goal square.
Dennis,
it looks like it might be...
It's Cloak after
Cloak
that.
or Dennis. I think it is Cloak.
It is Cloak.
And he'll line up from directly in front. Slight angle, but you'll expect him to get it and put through his third goal of the day. Just a matter of kicking it now. Let's hope he doesn't put it out into the road again.
Cloak, he's kicked 2 already today, and hasn't his usual dominance of the game, but if he can kick 3 and more cross, or he got 6 goals before 3/4 times, not a bad return from the 2 leading goal kickers in the competition. Certainly outweighs the one between Moulton and Fitzgerald down the other end.
Stretch it out to 10 points. Just hooked to the left. Disappointing there from Cameron Cloak. One behind. Bundoora now 64. Montmorency 59. A 5-point ball game here at Yulong Reserve.
And we'll go around the grounds. Division 1, McLeod closing against Eltham 5-7-37 to Eltham 7-3-45. And we've also got Lower Plenty 8-6-54 to West Preston Lakeside 6-10-46. Greensborough 11-6-72 leading Northcote Park 11-4-70.
Big Fitzgerald, he's got a 50-metre penalty here. We didn't quite see what that was for, but...
Well, Cameron Cloak was getting a bit fidgety there at centre-half forward, so it might have been against him. As the ball's now moved out to left half-back, where Luke Jackson takes the mark.
He's got Harley Ryan further afield. Opts not to go there. He goes to the one-on-one contest, and the kick was poor. And the mark is taken there by Glowry. He's been fantastic off half-back there for Bundoora today. And now the kick from Mitchell goes up to half-forward. Moorcroft takes a fantastic mark. High, outstretched hands. Took it out in front, about 60 metres out. He pops it up. And there's 2 Bundoora players on their own. One is Ricky Dyson, decided to play on and got smothered. Magnificent effort by Mick Fitzgerald. Now Coghill has to go in hard, whacking in there for Mont. A lot of players at ground level. There's going to be a stoppage inside the Bundoora forward half, but that was a chance for a goal for Ricky Dyson. He played on.
2 costly misses now in the space of a minute. One by Cloak and the other by Dyson, playing on for no apparent reason and kicking straight into the man on the mark.
He was standing side onto the goal as well. You're not going to kick a goal from that angle. As the ball's moved out to the outer side, Flint takes the mark. Right between wing and half-back. Kicks up now to the wing. Fitzgerald just goes over his head. Will run on now for Dennis. Just pops up to him. Gets past his man. Handballs inboard to Shelton. Goes to Commissiano. A string of handballs inside. Ends up with Dave Mitchell. He goes for the kick up to centre half forward now. At the back, Tennant.
Oh, again.
What a great mark. Tennant. He does it every week. Handballs over the top now to the middle of the ground. Onto the run of Whitling. Whitling goes left foot inside the forward 50. Finds a lead. Great mark from Walton. And that's probably his first contested mark of the day. And he's going to go back, or is it Collins? I'm just trying to see. They've both got long hair, both got the headband.
I think it's definitely Walton, this one.
Walton.
It's definitely his first contested mark inside the forward half. He took one up on the wing before, but deep in the forward half, that's his first big influence in the air, and we know he's able to do that on a regular basis if he's in form.
And if he can kick this one, it will put Montmorency in front for the first time today, and it would be about 15 minutes through the third quarter. So this kick, well, there's plenty riding on it for Ben Moulton.
Comes in now. Plenty of the goal face to A and Matt. He's just swooped it out to the left. And one behind there for Montmorency. So the scores now read 9-10-64 Bundoora to 9-6-60 Montmorency. A 4-point ball game here at Yulong Reserve. Round 16 Division 1 match of the day here on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. And Bundoora have it at fullback.
Both sides just struggling with the yips a little bit in the past minute or two as Marshall now plays on from the fence, kicking into the middle of the ground. It's a beautiful kick for Santoro. Santoro marked, he turned to this side of the ground. He's got Dyson on, he's found him now. Kick's going to be a dangerous one. He's getting across and taking the mark was Coghill. Santoro's kick letting down Dyson as Coghill now plays on straight away. He's got Flint on that far side of the ground. He marks and he plays on straight away. The former skipper kicks inside 50, looking for Fitzgerald. Ball pitched at his foot. Came off the ankle now. At ground level, handball dish off. Comes back to Fitzgerald now. Kicks inside for Luke Jackson. He went hard there, but he couldn't quite find it. Mascara did really well. Gave a handball off. It missed the target, but Mascara went again. Gave it off to Papaluka, and they're running through the middle of the ground. Mamone kicks it to Moorcroft. One-on-one contest. Moorcroft played for the free kick. Got it at ground level. Snap out the back. Lord's going to run onto it. If it sits for him, it does now, and he kicks the goal. Good work there by Moorcroft. Kept his feet. And Lord dribbled through a goal, his first for the day. In fact, it's his second for today. And the margin now back out to 10 points. 10-10-70 Bundoora, Montmorency 9-6-60.
Well, he's got 1080-degree rotation in a square centimetre, Gary Moorcroft. You give him any time and he will put you to the sword. Sensational little effort there. Didn't get the goal to his name, but I'm sure that the coach will be mentioning that effort in the mention of that goal later on in the day.
Despite Montmorency's best efforts, Bundoora have been able to keep them at bay for the whole game. I don't think they've given up the lead at all today, and they've every time Montmorency kick a goal, they just respond with a goal of their own. So Moorcroft, haven't seen much of him today, but a good involvement there here in the third quarter. As Dennis taps it down, but it goes straight to Ryan Jackson for Montmorency, clearing it out of the midfield, goes up to half forward. Pavitt. Oh, great mark taken by Wayne Pavitt. Takes it to centre half forward, and the umpire's just coming in to have a bit of a word, but he'll go back on the edge of the 50. And is it going to be a 50 metres? What's going on here? They're just having a bit of a chat.
Yeah,
I think has Marshall been sent off, or is he being interchanged? Because the umpire had a chat to Marshall, and he's now gone off the ground. 15-metre penalty has been paid, so Wayne Pavitt's now going to shoot from directly in front. You won't think he'd miss this one, and he'll bring the margin back to 4 points for Montmorency.
Well, the past two times that Bundoora scored a goal, Montmorency's had the instant reply within a minute, and Pavitt now puts it over the back fences, or it just lands inside, actually hits the tree and lands inside, and the margin now back to 4 points. 10-10-70 Bundoora. Montmorency is 10-6-66. We are into the 17th minute here of the third quarter.
So Pavitt puts through his first goal of the day. And just to go around the grounds here, McLeod trailing Eltham 6-7-43 to Eltham 8-4-52 at Epping Rec Reserve. It is Heidelberg leading 8-6-54 to Epping 5-1-31. Lower Plenty leading West Preston Lakeside 10-6-66 to West Preston 7-12-54. Greensboro 12-6-78 to Northcote Park 12-8-80. And back here at the ground, Tommy Flanagan.
Back, big clearance there from Shaw. Got it out to Papalucha in a one-on-one. Good effort by Gall, but no, he's given away the free kick. It's going to be Papalucha's ball. He's too far out to score, so he chips one over the top. It almost finds Matt Brown, but over the back here, Mick Fitzgerald's got space and time, but Brown was infringed also. So he's going to get the free kick about 50 metres out. Is this too far out to score? He may be looking around for other options. Brown now with the ball 60 metres out, as I said. So two free kicks in a row there, but a lovely clearance there out of the middle, Dennis to Shaw, and they got it to half forward and were able to make the most of a couple of umpiring decisions. And that ball now deep inside forward 50. How does Santoro get on his own 20 metres out on a very slight angle, and he's taken the mark?
Well, that's something that Jack Cole would not be happy with. It's just inside defensive 50, they don't always man up, and it's the one thing that Bundoora have done really well. When they go inside the forward 50, if they're on a break, they'll leave it very open. They'll leave Moorcroft, Cloak, and Dyson in the forward 50. But once it's once the game slows down, they'll clog up the forward line, and there's just too many men for Montmorency to man up on. As Santoro comes in, shot at goal, is just faded out to the right, and just one behind. So the scores now read 71-66 in favour of the Bundoora Bulls.
Two behinds for Lee Santoro today. Mick Fitzgerald once again with the kick-in duties for Mont at full-back, and he goes with a long right foot kick right up the middle of the ground, gets it almost to the centre circle, over the back, trying to pick it up at ground level. Carmuciano wrapped up straight away, and that was always going to happen. There's going to be a stoppage at half forward here for the Bulls.
Defensive side of the centre circle here, just within the square here for Montmorency. Tapped on there to Donaldson, again at the back of the pack.
Always.
Has the run on. Keenan gets it back to Donaldson, running along the wing. Goes to the right foot kick inside the forward 50, making the lead. Fitzgerald couldn't take it. Ball on the ground, coming through Jackson. Ball still around there. In the end, it's cleared out from Marshall, who just sends a barrel up to the centre of the ground. Willett's back there to take the mark. So the ball turned over again into Montmorency's favour. Decides to go and find out in the lead there is Donaldson at right half forward. Goes inside the forward 50. Couldn't take the mark there. Falls to Jackson. Handball over the back to Daly. Just has to get possession back again. Inside the pocket. Up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald on the right. Goes to the goal square, but a punch over the goal line from Farrelly. And just one rush behind from Montmorency. 71 to 67 here in the third term.
They're threatening to take the lead, aren't they, Montmorency? Haven't been able to do it all day. Bundoora, every time that Montmorency gets within 6 points, they're able to find a steadier. Can they do it this time around as Carline? Well, did he take the mark in the wing? Yes, it's just paid. Taking the mark there in front of his opponent there was Coghill. In fact, it was Jenkins. The kick inside was a dangerous one. Ball hit the ground, and now it's Montmorency with the numbers. Can the ball be locked inside? It was done well there, the Bulls, but a free kick's been paid after all that. It's a high tackle, and it's going to go the way of Billy Jenkins, who handballed off now. It was to a stagnant Collins, had to go on his non-preferred foot. Ball was brought away from Walton at ground level. Ball just hacked out of the defence there by Bundoora rather, but it's going to be a free kick downfield for a push in the back. Advantage played straight away, so the ball now kicked inside. Is that Mascara who's kicked it forward, looking for Walton. In fact, Moorcroft rather didn't get a kind bounce. Naina now got the handball off. That came from Fitzgerald. Now it's Harley Ryan. Goes back to Naina. Exits his defensive 50. Kicks it inside the centre square. Missed Donaldson. Out the back there. Keenan tried to enforce the tackle. Couldn't quite do that. Lord got a handball off. Oh, that's another missed target there. And allows Tennant to take the ball. Handballs it backwards. It's McKenzie. Gee, danced around a couple of would-be tackles there. Lovely bit of play. Centering ball's a dangerous one, but it's also a good one in the way now through Keenan. Onto that far side of the ground. There's a loose man on that far side. And looks like it's Jackson. Loads up, centering ball. Walton didn't fly. He's given away a free kick for a hold as the umpire calls the ball back. Mitchell wanted to take the advantage. None given, but he's got the ball now from a handball. Exits the defence, goes out to the outer side. Centre wing finds a man in Papaluca who takes it straight away. Kicks over the top. Left half forward now for Bundoora. Stellas takes it. He's got Shaw over the top. Shaw's running onto this one. Bounces once in front of him. Two men back.
Has to corral Fitzgerald. Swings around on the right foot. Goes to the forward line. And Moorcroft takes the mark right on the goal square. Handball over the top to Cloak, who runs in directly in front and just pops it through for his third goal of the day.
Moorcroft just called Cloak out of that one. Cloak was drifting back into it, and Moorcroft said, no, I'll have it, but I'll handball it back to you. Well, I think that was the prize for actually listening to the teammates' call, and it was quite obvious from watching how the play led up, how there was two men at the back, and it all started obviously with the quick turnover. The two Montmorency players had both zoned opposite to go to Shaw, and he took the mark. One of them had to stay back. It still would have been a 2-on-1. But ultimately, that was the way it led. It was a 3-on-2 originally, and because Bundoora was able to get the ball in so quickly, they were able to expose that in the end. Moorcroft and Cloak working it out well to score that goal and again extend the margin beyond a goal. Ball back in the middle. Farrelly handballs it out to Carmuciano. Couldn't have clean hands at it, but he went for a second crack and he got it out to Mitchell. Mitchell now on the wing. Gets around his direct opponent and goes with a right foot kick deep in the direction of Cloak. It's not going to reach him on the full. It just bounces out in front of him and rolls out of bounds for yet another boundary throw-in. Looking very dangerous right now, Cameron Cloak. Next goal is important, isn't it? If Montmorency can kick it and be within a goal at three-quarter time, obviously it just closes that game up even more. But if Bundoora can kick it, it'd be great to have a near 3-goal lead at three-quarter time. Scores currently reading Bundoora 11-11-77, Montmorency 10-7-67. Willits and Dennis to do the ruck work inside the Bundoora forward 50. Willits taps it down. He's won most of the ruck contests today, but it comes out to Carline. Swings around inside the forward 50. Defensive mark taken by Harley Ryan, who goes straight up the guts with a left foot kick up to centre half forward. Bounces once in front of Walton, who has to get it back off the ground. Handball inboard. It was wayward. Ryan's going to get it back for Bundoora. Dives on top of it here, centre half back for the Bulls. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a stoppage right at centre half forward for Montmorency. So a good transition there, quick transition there from Harley Ryan for the Magpies. Tapped down from Fitzgerald. High up and under. Goes only 5 metres to Whitling. He's wrapped up in a two-man tackle from Shaw and also Farrelly. Ball still bobbling around at centre half forward, but Bundoora come away with it. Mascara caught in a tackle. Turns over to Tennant. He threw it. A free kick has been paid for a throw. Goes to Daly of Montmorency, who's standing in the centre of the ground. Chips it up to centre half forward. On the lead, not taken there. Comes down to Carmuciano, who goes out now
to the right half forward flank. Dennis couldn't take it. Spore from behind. Runs onto it again, Dennis.
Oh, good contest.
But good contest there as their Shepherd's
Still
being
Dennis.
laid. Dennis still keeps going. That's what we were talking about pre-game, the mobility of Dennis, who goes up to right half forward now. Tennant back there for Montmorency. He gets it back. Daly has it, and he switches it. Ooh, risky kick. Finds his man in the middle of the ground.
Gone.
Caught in a tackle. That is gone. Surely, umpire. And it is. And Bundoora have the free kick.
Well, he'd taken the mark. It was a juggled attempt, and he didn't. He thought once he'd taken on. I'm not sure who the initial man was. Might have been was it Papaluca wrapped him up in the end. It might have been Carline who he marked over. He played on. He thought he'd beaten the man, but little did he know that Papaluca was also there. So once he'd played on, he was tackled straight away. Obviously had the prior advantage, given he'd taken the mark and paid the price there as the ball now marked at half forward in front of us here. It's taken by Palazzolo. Palazzolo now, who had a goal denied in the first quarter and was touched off his boot after it had gone through. Now chips on to Braden Shaw with the cropped haircut Shaw. Centering ball. Who's going to fly? Dennis and Cloak both there. Dennis is the one who went up, got hands on it, couldn't take the mark. Naina tried to stream with
Lord!
Lord has a quick snap on goal. He's got it. James Lord has put through his third goal. He becomes the third Bull to do so, and that is an important goal as we edge closer to three-quarter time. We've played 26 minutes in this third quarter, and Bundoora leads by 16 points, 12-11-83. Montmorency 10-7-67. Jordan Canellis.
Well, it's those three. It's those three guys in the forward line that we we're talking about in the pre-game that all have 3 goals each. Cloak, Moorcroft, and also James Lord. They are the 3 main forwards for Bundoora, and they are all equal leading goal scorers for the Bulls today.
Smart kick by Shaw, just got it to the hot spot. But just the determination of Bundoora. How many times has Montmorency been within a kick, threatened to take the lead, and 3 times they got within a kick? Bundoора's had the response each time. It's full credit to the Bulls.
They want this one, the Bulls, and the kick comes out, the clearance from, I think it was Jackson, but it's to no avail there. The Bulls moving away with it. Nice work by Marshall. Gets it to Carline. They're moving laterally with the handball across half-back. There's Mitchell. Gets it back to Carline, and he scrubs the ball up to the wing. He's going to have to be good here, Brown. He gets a little handball out to a teammate in Santoro. Can't pick it up. Has to go again, Santoro, and he does. And then paddles it forward to the last goal kicker in Lord. He cops a heavy hit, but he gets a handball away to Papaluca, and his handball is back to Mitchell. He cops a high hit there. Mitchell, he's going to get a free kick about 60 metres out. That was a little bit crude.
Gee, Lord is stumbling around. Oh, he's not good, James Lord. He's just stumbling around centre half forward. Has no idea where he is.
Oh, yeah, better get the boy
That
off.
was a big hit there. He's got the trainers around him. There's no idea where he is right now.
Don't kick it to him.
The kick goes inside the forward 50 from Bundoora. Moorcroft at the bottom of this one. Mark not taken. Ball off hands. Hits the ground. In there is Coghill, still on the ground here. Montmorency eventually come out with it, going out to the pocket, running onto it. Carline can't track it down before it reaches the boundary line, and Lord comes off the ground. There'll be a throw-in at left half forward for Bundoora.
Around the grounds, Diamond Creek Division 2, 8-10-58. Fitzroy Stars 6-7-53. Whittlesea is now leading 66-51 over South Morang North. Heidelberg 89, Hurstbridge 63.
Rucks go at it again. Willits wins that one down, the former Port Adelaide ruckman, and he is brought down as soon as he tried to pick it up after tapping it down to the ground. And we'll have yet another stoppage at half forward here for the Bulls. And going after it again. Hard in and under effort there by Willits to try and get the ball out to the wing. It was a hoiking kick, and it eventually found Fitzgerald, who's able to handball over to Walton. The two combine, and Walton's had 2 bounces. He runs inside forward 50. He's got no one in front of him. Goes with the right foot kick, keeps it low, and I think he's kept it straight. Benny Walton has put it through. Sensational effort. He gets his first goal of the day after a quiet 3 quarters. He could be the spark that they need.
A great run there from Walton, but how was the handball from Fitzgerald? He'd made the lead all the way up from centre half forward to the wing. Just a handball over the back of his head to the run of Walton, and really well done there. That's a great, again, we've seen coast-to-coast footy today from both sides, but that was great from Montmorency, from the defensive 50 up along the wing to a goal there from Walton.
Well, that was an important reply as we move over the, we're close enough to the 30-minute mark of the third quarter. Important time for Walton to kick his first goal. Margin now back to 10 points. It's 12-11-83 Bundoora. Montmorency 11-7-73. Fitzgerald flew early in the ruck. It allowed Dennis to win it down. Farrelly's in and amongst it in the pack. He's going again there, Farrelly. Ball came out from Dave Mitchell, and as it does, the siren sounds, and talk about a timely goal by Ben Walton. If he had to run probably 3 more steps, the siren might have just beaten him. So an important goal right on the three-quarter time siren, and at three-quarter time it is Bundoora leading by 10 points, 12-11-83. 11-7-73. Margin was also 10 points at half-time. So that quarter there, both sides added 4 goals, 3. It means we go into the final term with Bundoora leading by 10. If Tom or Jordan would go through the goal kickers from the opening 3 quarters.
So for the Bulls, who have that slender lead, it is Moorcroft 3 goals, Lord 3 goals and Cloak 3 goals, with singles to Dyson, Stellis and Papalucha. And for Monty, it's Ryan Jackson with 2, and the rest are singles. Pavitt, Donaldson, Ryan, Flint, Haynes, Willits, Walton, Collins and Paddy Fitzgerald, all with 1.
I think we're going to be set up here for a grandstand finish here in the last quarter. It's been a great game so far. That quarter was it was a lot more even than the first 2. The first quarter we saw Bundoora get off to a good lead, then Montmorency brought it back in the second term, but now in the third quarter we've just had an even contest all around. Montmorency and I reckon Willits has had a good game as well. But we are ready for the start of the last term here at Yulong Reserve. It is Willits who gets the first tap down, and Mackenzie who gets the first clearance for Montmorency. Sends it up to the forward line. Flint, who's up in the forward line as well for Montmorency. Ball trapped at centre half forward. There'll be a secondary ball up straight away at the start of the last term. It is Bundoora leading 12-11-83 to Montmorency 11-7-73. Round 16 Division 1 action here on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.
First goal here, all important, and Keenan bangs it forward to Fitzgerald. Takes a big grab in just out in the front of the goal square, and he'll go back from 20 metres out, slide angle, and wasn't that some great clearance work? Willits got it down, and the big kick from Bomber Keenan landed straight in the lap of Paddy Fitzgerald.
Remembering last time we're at this ground, these two sides played last year, it was Montmorency kicking to this end, and it was their big forwards who stood up, Fitzgerald and O'Halpin at the time, and now a chance for Fitzgerald. Well, they kick one right before 3/4 time, now to make it one right after 3/4 time, and he's put it through.
Got it.
Paddy Fitzgerald has his second goal of the day, and all of a sudden the margin is back to 4 points. The difference, it's 12-11-83 Bundoora, Montmorency 12-7-79, and boys, this game is going to go right down to the wire.
And I'm very interested to see what happens in the Monty forward half, because Paddy and Benny haven't been able to touch it for the first 3 quarters, but they're getting involved now, and I'd be a little bit worried. If they keep clunking big marks like that.
Straight away, and you see Keenan again getting the clearance. He's the clearance king of this side, and probably of Division 1 as well. Just a fantastic clearance player.
They've got the big guns in there now, Mike.
As the ball is balled up in the middle of the ground at the bottom of this one. Looks like it's goal maybe, but the ball's held up nevertheless, and there'll be a secondary ball up in the middle of the ground. Willits and Dennis doing the ruck work. Dennis taps it down to Shaw, who can't get control of it. Santoro trying to run onto it, but Luke Jackson gets there first. Handball's back to Niner, who clears out towards the near side. Running onto it here is, looks like, Whittling for Montmorency. Might even be Gall, who goes up in the forward line now. Chipped up to the half-forward line. A great punch out the back from Shelton, and he fisted it so far. It hit one of the clubroom windows. But Shelton having a great game so far, and Walton kicked a few goals and got involved there in the third term, but for the majority of the day, it was Shelton who's done the job on Walton.
So the umpire to ball it in right in front of our commentary position, right in front of the pavilion here, the Bundoora Bulls pavilion here at Yulong Reserve. And at ground level, Carl Lyon tries to kick one off the ground, but he was held while he was doing so he's going to get a free kick. No, apparently he was the man who infringed, so it's going to be a Monty free kick. Didn't quite see what happened to Willits there, but he's got the ball. He's about 60 metres out, too far out to score, you would think. But he's got a couple of good targets deep. He decides to handball off, and having to snap round the corner was Luke Jackson. That was a poor decision there by Willits. Yeah. Really poor decision, and an easy mark taken by Dennis, and he can slow things down for the Bulls in the back pocket.
He's got some man out on the near side if he wants to go there. He does. Finds Dyson at left half back, who takes a mark out in front. He's got Short centre half back if he wants him, but he decides to go up the line to a one-on-one contest. Cloak with the big leap. Doesn't take the mark. Ball hits the ground, but a free kick was paid. Cloak will have it between wing and half back on the near side of the ground, just in front of our commentary position, in front of the interchange benches. Goes to the big high kick up to left half forward underneath this one. Who can take the mark? Ball off hands, hits the ground. A lot of players converging upon this one here. Emerging with it is Farrelly. Did really well, got past his man. Handballs into Shaw. Goes inside the forward 50. Who can take the mark? Ball bounces once in front of Moorcroft, twice now. Tries to track it down. Going out towards the boundary line. Mamone keeps it in. But a free kick has been paid, and it will go to Montmorency in the back pocket. So Montmorency will have the free kick, and they'll play out of defence.
So it's a Mont ball, and it's going to be in the hands of Coghill. Got it deep in the left back pocket, and he chips it over the top to Whittling, who has got involved after quarter time. And he chips it over to Donaldson, just this defensive side of the centre, and he chips it up to the wing and gets it over the top to Collins, who's got a little bit of room to run and bounce, and he's taken 2. Here's his third bounce. Goes inside 50. He can take a 4th if he likes. He decides to kick it towards the goals, and it's going to get there. Luke Collins.
What another great goal from Luke Collins.
Kicked his second of the day, and we were saying that the coaching staff were giving him a roast at quarter time, but he's really come into the game in the back end these last 3 quarters and has been fantastic, in particular in the second half, and that is his second goal of the day.
And it's the first time Montmorency lead for the day as well. The scores now read 13-7-85 Montmorency to Bundoora 12-11-83, and Luke Collins, his second long-running goal for the day. He's had a great game so far. 2-point ball game here. Montmorency leading at Yulong Reserve, round 16, Division 1 on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. Dennis and Willits in the ruck again. Willits taps it down to Mackenzie, who can't get it the first time. Almost gets it again second time around, but Palazzolo gets it. Clears up to the forward line. Santoro underneath it. Good spoil at the back from Niner. Comes down to Ryan. Has to turn around on the pivot there. Goes out to Keenan, who marks it at right half back for Montmorency and just slows it down a bit. He's got Flint making a lead. He goes there. Flint has to leap. Takes the mark. Good mark there between wing and half back for Craig Flint. Looking to centre it. He's got Walter making a lead up the line if he wants. Decides to go up the line a bit further this time though. Out the back to Willits. Couldn't take it. Pavitt running onto it. A good battle here between Marshall and Pavitt. Marshall did really well. Tracked it down, but Pavitt got him in a tackle. Diving on top there is Collins. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up at right half forward, just in front of our commentary box here at Yulong Reserve.
So Dennis going up against Willits once more. Willits belts it down into a bit of space. Going hard was Walton. Nice work there by Shaw to get it over to Shelton. And Shelton got a big looping handball over to Barbero. Is able to clear the defensive lines of 50. In the path of Mitchell. He's got a little bit of space, but he's got Daly in hot pursuit. So he's going to have to give a handball off. He finds his teammate there in Mascara. And now the ball at ground level. Carline with the footy. He gave a handball to Palazzolo, and now he can use it. Goes inside the forward 50 with a big long ball to Cloak. Had to try it at one-handed. Had his other arm held. Little snap towards the goal from Gary Moorcroft. Little snap towards the goal from Gary Moorcroft is home.
Touch has been paid.
It's been paid, hasn't it?
No, it's one behind.
Off the boot, was it?
It was paid by the umpire, central umpire, running off the boot. He called touch, runs from a long way and paid it. Now it's a 50-metre penalty as well to go with that. So
that could be crucial.
Minor score paid there after Moorcroft had dribbled one through, paid his touch. And the scoreboard now reading 12-12-84 to 13-7-85. So just 1 point in the ball game, but a 50-metre penalty paid. So Naina now has the ball at centre half back, plays on straight away, goes looking for Flint, takes the good mark. Craig Flint now plays on straight away, goes out wide. He's going to find Ryan Jackson. Had a runner there going by him. That was Collins. Didn't want to go there. In fact, Collins was Gorwell. Now he went inside for Walton, dropped the ball. A lot of turf came up. Gorwell now got a handball back to Walton. He got to his feet quickly. He's gone for a snap around the body, and Barbero got through as Fitzgerald was pointing to the spot top of the square. That was too deep, and it just allowed Barbero to slap it through for a minor score. Back to a 2-point ball game. It's Montmorency 86, Bundoora 84.
Marshall at full back for Bundoora. A lot of players around the defensive 50. Decides to go out to the near side. Left half back for Bundoora. Out in front, Mackenzie. No one there contesting for Bundoora. Mackenzie goes inside the forward 50. Walton takes a diving mark. And he's, that's his second or third contested mark for the day. He'll go back on a 45-degree angle and kick for what would be his second goal of the day.
There's just centimetres in this game. If that ball was half a centimetre away from that finger that touched the ball that Gary Moorcroft just put through, it could have been a very different story. But a let off, and now Mont with a real chance. It's Walton, and he comes in on the right foot with a set shot. He tries to swing it back, but it fades to the right. Bad miss. And he's got 1 goal, 2 for the day, Benny Walton.
Well, it's actually twice Bundoora have had goals reversed as being touched, and the other one was obviously in the first quarter. But how about Montmorency's response? When Lord kicked that goal deep in this third quarter, they were 16 points up Bundoora, and Montmorency looked in trouble. They've responded with 3 goals in a row. They're now in front by 3 points. The free kick is now paid to Braden Shaw for a hold in the marking contest.
So Shaw at right half back, looks to go out to the outer side, does so. Right half forward, underneath it is Cloak. Can't take the mark, ball goes over the contest. At the back there, Papaluka. Oh, was he held in the tackle? Umpire says nothing doing. Mackenzie at left half back. Tries to get around Mitchell, he does so. Gets up to Ryan. Ryan, well, his kick was intercepted by Mascara. He squares it up to the middle of the ground now. finds Shaw. Shaw plays on, goes to centre half forward. Stellis takes the mark there at centre half forward, just directing his troops to get back inside the forward 50. He's too far out to score. Or is he going to go back and have a shot? He looks. He's in the centre of the ground. He's standing in the centre circle, and he's going to have a shot.
Well, the man on the mark's standing on 50, so it's again a very long run up that he's coming off.
So he comes in now. He'll kick from about 55 metres out. Needs to get players back on the line because it won't have the distance at all. It goes out to the pocket instead. And emerging with the footy there out the back there was Ryan, who goes up to half forward. Intercepted again from Mascara. He goes inside the forward 50 for Montmorency, but he's kicked intercepted once again from Ryan. Said touched off the boot. In there is Santoro laying the tackle. It was touched. Umpire will have a ball up in the forward 50 for Bundoora.
So
3-point ball game.
Inside the forward half here for the Bulls. Chance here for was Shaw. He gave it to Farrelly. Farrelly with a right foot kick. It's long towards the goals. I think he's got it. Vic Farrelly's kicked an amazing goal from 50, deep on the boundary. Got the hands from Braden Shaw, and I didn't think that was going to go anywhere near the goals, but it just kept floating and floating.
It was a hopeful kick.
And sailed over the goal umpire's hat. Mick Farrelly gets his first goal of the day, and a very crucial one.
So the margin is still 3 points, but this time in favour of Bundoora. It is 13-12-90 to Montmorency, 13-9-87, and it's getting very, very heated up here.
Massive goal there for Michael Farrelly. It puts the Bulls back in front. We have played about 10 minutes in this final quarter, leading 90-87 now. The Rucks to do battle. It looks like it's going to be Dennis. He's going to go up against Ryan Willits. Willits flew, got the tap down. He did it well to Jackson, who gave it off to his brother. Now this is Ryan Jackson. Kicks it inside. He's taking 50. Haynes stands under it. Walton came and just crushed the pack. The ball came to the back of the pack at Shelton. Gave it off now, and Dyson's going to get a handball from Camusciano. Gets it onto his left boot, goes long, looking for Santoro, who flies and takes the mark.
What a kick.
He centres the ball now. Papaluca stands under the ball, plays on straightaway. The man on the outside that Shaw he marks. Plays on straightaway, gets around a man and kicks a goal.
Big goal.
2 in a minute for the Bulls, and they're back out to a 9-point lead, and that is a counter response as Brent Marshall still in the hands of trainers after the Walton collision. Good response here by the Bulls.
They cleaned up a few men there, Walton, cleaned up Haynes and Marshall in that contest, but what a great bit of play there from Bundoora. Kicking it straight away, coast to coast it was. And just really good play. A great kick there from Dyson to find Santoro out on the near side, and then a kick again across the middle of the ground and found Shaw. And a great goal there in the end. So the margin is now out to 9 points. It is 14-12-96 Bundoora to 13-9-87 Montmorency. Round 16 Division 1 here at Yulong Reserve. Ball back in the centre of the ground. It is Dennis and Willits to do the ruck work. Ball thrown up now. Out the back there is Willits, taps it on to Ryan Jackson, couldn't get it. Mascara gets it. He's had a great last quarter here, Mascara. He's really stepped up when it's counted. Goes out to the wing, finds Lord on the lead. Good to see he's recovered from that hit in the third quarter. Decides to go out to left half forward. Cloak on the lead. He can take it, and he does. And Cloak's marked it on a 45-degree angle, 55 metres out. He's going to wheel around on the right boot. He's going to put his foot through it. It's going. It's swinging back. It's swinging back. Has he got it? Oh, he's got it! Cameron Cloak! What a goal!
You'd want to be on the Bulls now.
Cameron Cloak has sent the Bulls over 100 points, 15-12-102 to Montmorency, 13-9-87. A wonder goal there from Cameron Cloak. That just goes to show the quality of the man.
Magnificent hit.
Didn't the crowd love it behind the goals? They were up and about, and everyone in Yulong Reserve was rejoicing that one. All the Bundoora faithful. Nevertheless, that's 3 goals in 2 minutes, and that is just an almighty response by the Bulls. They looked in big trouble. Walton had that shot on goal. If he had to kick that, the margin would have been 8 points. He missed, and since then it's been all Bundoora. 3 goals, and from classy players, Farrelly, Shaw and Cloak, the big boys have stood up.
From the ball up, a free kick has been picked out, and it will go to Montmorency. Luke Jackson has it, sends a high one up to right half forward at the back, can't take the mark there. The Montmorency player comes out to Ryan, handballs backwards. Walton's there. A lot of players converging now for Montmorency. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a stoppage. Right half forward for the Magpies.
Scores 102-87, so 15 points. Bundoora's lead. We've played 13 minutes in the final quarter. Tom Flanagan.
Dennis went it down. Ryan on hands and knees. Palazzolo going in hard. Got a little handball out. And now a quick kick forward there by Camusciano. Only into the hands of Luke Jackson. And there's a free kick being pulled out there. It's going to go Bundoora's way. It's going to go to Dave Mitchell. Possibly
high tackle.
A little bit high.
Yep.
And he has to go back around on his mark here, Dave Mitchell.
Got Stella's short if he wants him, but probably a bit too short.
And he goes with a right foot kick up to half forward, tried to find Moorcroft. Now a high ball up in the air, going hard at ground level was Naina, and then brought down in a big tackle was a Montmorency defender. Nice tackle there by Papalucha. That was Tennant, the man who was brought down. And there'll be a stoppage inside the forward 50 here for the Bulls. Cloak won it down to Papalucha, wrapped up straight away. Good tackle there. That was Nick Bowman, and it's yet another stoppage.
4 goals for Cameron Cloak, 3 for Moorcroft, 3 for Lord. They are the leading goal scorers for Bundoora. Ball at centre half forward here, out the back, Niner. Just receives the ball again for Montmorency. Takes 2 bounces, running out towards the right half back flank. 3rd bounce, chips a little ball over the top. Finds a man there in Collins who takes the mark. No, he doesn't. Drops it at the last moment. Flint mops up though. Handballs out the back to Mick Fitzgerald. Sends a high ball up to right half forward. Walton underneath it. Out the back, Dennis takes the mark. But umpire said it was holding the man, and Walton has it now at right half forward. Montmorency had to go back inside forward 50. Out the back there, Fitzgerald. Haynes to run onto it here. Haynes, he's within 30, within 25. Left foot kick on goal. It's just hooked out to the left. 88 to 102, Bundoora leading.
There are thrillers all around Division 1 today. This game here, it's 14 points of difference. It's the biggest lead of any Division 1 game. Around the grounds, Greensboro 16-9, 105 to Northcote Park, 16-12, 108. Lower Plenty 14-7, 91. Trails, West Preston Lakeside 13-14, 92. Heidelberg has just kicked the goal to go 8 points clear of the Epping Football Club. The scores there read, it's if we just find that just one moment, we'll come back to that one there, but Heidelberg just kicking a goal to etch clear. They're 10-8-68, Epping 9-3-57. Heidelberg with the last goal there, and McLeod leads Alton by 5 points, 76-71 as the ball goes out of bounds at the right half forward flank, right in front of the club rooms here. It's still in Montmorency's attacking half, but that is incredible. 5 games, the biggest margin is here at Yulong Reserve, where it's Bundoora by 14 points.
And this is a thrilling game as well, so I can only imagine what the other games are like at the moment. Ball thrown back in, the right half forward for for Montmorency. Comes out the back to Keenan, handles onto Daly, onto Whitling. They go inside forward 50, Montmorency. Pavitt on the lead. It's going to bounce once in front of him. Bounces twice. He has to get it up off the bounce. He gets around Farrelly. He runs inside forward 50. Sends a chipping ball inside the pocket. Jackson takes a mark. And a great mark there from Montmorency's captain, Ryan Jackson. He takes it in the pocket and he's going to go back on a very tight angle. Moorcroft kicked one here from before in the first quarter, but Moorcroft is capable of these things. We don't know what Ryan Jackson's like from this type of angle.
And since my last comment, McLeod kicked the goal, or actually Alton now leading by 2 points, and also Lowell Plenty kicked the goal to hit the front. Greensboro's kicked the goal to hit the front as well.
He's got 2, the skipper. This one is just fading, and it's going to be one behind. He's got 2-2 for the day, Ryan Jackson.
13 points the margin, 102 plays 89 here at Yulong Reserve. Bundoora with the advantage. At fullback is going to be Ben Shelton, looking out to the far side, now looking to the near side. He's got Marshall short if he wants him. He goes to Marshall, left back pocket. Got Dyson up if he wants him, he goes there as well. Left half back now for Bundoora. He goes up the line to a contest. Dennis making a lead against Willits. Willits off hands, comes down to Jenkin, comes down to Dennis again, sends one into the middle of the ground. Who can take the mark here? It's a high ball, off hands, hits the ground again. Lord, who's made his way up from centre half forward on hands and knees, did really well. Ball turned over there from, looks like Brown. Ball's back to Ryan, has to run onto it here. Donaldson did really well. He's wrapped up in a tackle now. Umpire says we'll have a stoppage. Left centre wing here for Bundoora, right in front of our commentary box. This is a very, very close game.
Sensational game of footy. Div 1 action, first versus second here at Yulong Reserve, and we've got an absolute blockbuster here in the last quarter. Hands and knees is Carmuciano, trying to get it up to half forward. There's Lord. Oh, great effort from Tennant. Took on 2. Oh, but he might have gone 1 too many, and he's pinned for holding the ball. Palazzolo now going inside forward 50. There's a one-on-one contest there. Naina is able to do very nicely. Got it back to goal, and that's a bit of class there from Rowan Naina. Summed up the situation well, and now they're off and running. Here is Flint. He needs to get it to a teammate on hands and knees. He eventually does. I think that is Whitling out there. Got it inside to Ryan Jackson once again. He's been involved very much in this last quarter.
Keenan.
And that kick over to Keenan. Is that going to be paid a mark? No, not quite. He got it on the half volley. Going in hard was Willits. Oh, but there's bulls everywhere. One of them is Carline. He switches to an open player on the outer side. Matt Brown's got plenty of time and space. He wheels onto his right foot. He goes inside forward 50. And Cloak's got it. and he'll go back from about 20 metres out on a slight angle, and he will look to put through his 5th goal of the day.
So yeah, what a bit of play there. Brown, take a bow. He just got his way through about 3 players and sent one straight into the arms of Cameron Cloak, making a lead in the opposite direction. And Cloak's going to go back now, and as you said, kick for his 5th goal of the day. Scores currently 102-89. This to put Bundoora up by 19 points if he kicks it.
Would it be the Steeler boys will be prepared to go if he puts this one through?
Just about. In he comes now, 20 metres out, slide angle. Cameron Cloak, he's dobbed it. He's got 5, and the Bulls might be home. Sensational stuff.
Great bit of transition there from defence into attack. It was clean movement, and once they got it to Cloak one out, he was always going to be too big and too strong. He kicked 2 goals in a row here and has 5, and it is now Bundoora leading 16-12-108 to Montmorency 13-11-89. Around the grounds, Division 2, Diamond Creek and the Fitzroy Stars all square at 77 points apiece. South Morang 9-3-57 to Whittlesea 16-16-112, and North Heidelberg 18-16-127 to Hurstbridge 11-11-77.
108 plays 89 here at Yulong Reserve. Bundoora have the handy point. They lead by 19. Full-time siren, not too far away, you'd imagine. Lord in the ruck, giving Dennis a chop out. Woods wins it down. Comes out to Dave Mitchell, though. He's on hands and knees. Awarded a free kick as well. Attacking side of the centre circles. Goes out to right half forward and finds a man in Carmuciano. This kick will put them inside the forward 50. Just waiting for a lead. Cloak's making one out of the goal square. Decides to go out wide to the flank. Moorcroft. Big fist out the back there from Fitzgerald. Oh, diving in hard. Did really well. That looked like that was a Lord. He gets a free kick for his hard efforts as well. So he has it now right half forward for Bundoora. Out of side of the ground. A lot of players inside the forward 50. We know they've congested the forward line really well all day today, Bundoora. Lord just pops it deep in the forward line. Cloak on the lead. Can he take it? Cloak. No. Mackenzie with the big fist out the back. Donaldson. No look handball. Stellis around the body. Goes to the goal line, but Nina takes a mark at full back. Now comes out the outer side. Montmorency will break. Keenan, right half back. Goes to the kick up the line. Making a lead is Walton. One-on-one contest with Shelton. Shelton a good fist, but it comes out to Montmorency players. Whitling goes inside the forward 50. Fitzgerald one-on-one with Barbero. Barbero, really good contest. It's all Bundoora back there. Oh, Barbero overruns it. Montmorency get it back. Fitzgerald in the forward 50. Barbero did really well. Mascara as well. Second efforts. It's trickling along the ground. Glary. Now they're calling Karma collected Bundoora, but Glary's kick out to the boundary line just finds Carmuciano, who's tackled over the line, and it will be a boundary throw in left half forward for Montmorency.
2 scores are confirmed, and Eltham has defeated McLeod by a point. 12-6-78 to McLeod 11-11-77. Lowell Plenty has defeated West Preston Lakeside by 5 points. 15-7-97 to 13-14-92.
So Eltham now equal 5th in Division 1 here at Bundoora, a Yulong Reserve. Bundoora go to the right half forward flank. Cloak can't take it. Tap down towards the boundary line. Stellis is in there as well. Montmorency get it back. Wrapped up in a tackle. Will be a boundary throw-in.
Time is now the enemy for Mont. They must get goals, and they must get goals very quickly if they're going to be any chance in coming back into this last quarter. It is late in the day, and the Bulls hold a handy lead, and they've been fantastic in closing out this game in the last quarter.
Willett snaps it down. Keenan emerges with it. Another clearance for the great man. Handball's out wide. Whitling, just overruns the ball. He's got Mascara for company if he wants. Whitling, tackle to the ground. Carmuciano gets it back. Play on advantage for Bundoora. Goes inside the forward 50. Cloak one-on-one. Off the ground. Fitzgerald on the boot. Mackenzie diving in. It looks like it's just going to slow up here at centre half forward. Ball's locked in. Cloak diving on it. And yeah, the ball will be stopped here for a bounce at centre half forward for Bundoora.
And to continue the thrilling action, Thomastown's come from 29 points down to tied proceedings against St Mary's, 86 points apiece.
At centre half forward again, ball bobbling around amongst hands. On the ground here, it does look like it's going to come out, and we'll have another stoppage at centre half forward.
And out at Epping Recreation Reserve, 22 minutes played. It's Epping 64 to Heidelberg 75.
Cloak wins that one down only as far as Mackenzie. Gets a little snap kick around the corner up to Jackson, who burns his man, takes on a little bit of space and kicks it deep into Fitzgerald over the back. Barbero did very nicely. Its ball's going to roll out of bounds in front of he, and hasn't he been magnificent all day?
I reckon he almost deserves a point, just a point in the Narellan Pools Player of the Day, Barbero, just for his defensive efforts here in the last quarter. When it's mattered, Montmorency have piled on the pressure, have gone inside 50, I'd say up to 6 or 7 times during the last term, and Barbero every time with Fitzgerald has laid a great spoil and has not allowed Fitzgerald a bar of it.
So Rucks to go at it once more. It's going to be Lord against Fitzgerald this time. He just picks it out of the ruck. Has to handball it straight away because he was going to be tackled. There's Glowry going after it now. And Barbero with a left foot kick, ever reliable, heading towards the boundary. That was clever. That was clever. It's not quite going to get out though. That's picked up there by Billy Jenkin. And now Mont with a chance to go back inside. Jenkin had to go hard again, and now Mackenzie has it on the outer side, but Jenkin was pinged for holding the ball. He had a couple of goes at it and wasn't able to get a successful disposal off, so it's going to be a Bundoora ball at half back, and it's getting further and further away from Mont.
Well, they're home now, surely, Bundoora. 19 points up. We've played near on 25 minutes here in the final. That kick was smothered. So Montmorency would need to find a goal somewhere now, but Bulls are still going to come away with the ball. It's booted away by Glowry, goes to the wing. Lots of numbers flying for this footy at ground level. Who's in and amongst it? Ball can get outside to Farrelly here. Now it's going to miss him. It's Papaluca. Now it gets to Farrelly. If he can get there in time, he can't. Two Magpies are there. They're going to get it out now. It's going to be in the hands of Haynes. Runs onto his left boot. Ben Haynes goes down the wing. He's found a loose man at the back of the pack. It's Whitling. Goes inside to the running Ryan Willits. Can run to 55, centering ball. Who's going to fly? Ryan Jackson can come across the face of the pack, and a free kick's paid out of all that. And it's a free kick to Paddy Fitzgerald, and he'll take his kick from 25 metres out directly in front.
Not exactly sure what that one was for. I think maybe a little bit of holding on by Barbero. He's a big man, Willits, hard to contain, so you obviously have to put a fair bit of body work into him if you want to try and stop him from taking the big mark. He did on that occasion, but he was able to draw the free kick, and Willits comes in now, and he sprayed another one. Story of the day. That one is... Oh, so that was Fitzgerald there. 2 goals, 1. Willits has the 1 straight, but Fitzgerald now 2 goals, 1.
So from full-back, Bundoora. It's going to be Shelton with the footy. He's got Marshall short again if he wants him. He's been one of the best today, Brent Marshall. Shelton decides to go up the guts with this kick. A big kick into the centre square. Stellas underneath it. So's Dennis. Stellas flies for it. Niner comes away with it. Mark hasn't been paid. Play on called. At centre half forward for Montmorency. Umpire says, give it to me. The ball's just trapped in there. We'll have another stoppage here at centre half forward. Thrown up. Willett taps it down to the feet of his teammates. Ball hits the ground. Marshall's in and under. Ball trapped in again. Bundoora just content to hold the ball up here and wait for the full-time siren.
Is there any chance that the Bulls could do a North Melbourne and just capitulate in this last 5 minutes?
I think time here is for Bundoora against Montmorency. And I think it's I don't think Montmorency will have enough time to kick the amount of goals. 3 goals will get it to a draw, so I don't know how much time's left though. Willis taps it down. Jackson's in there. Tackles flying, and I think we'll just see this for the next minute or so. Bundoora just keeping it locked here on the half back line for them. Dennis taps it down. Comes out to Dyson, who handballs around the back, but intercepted, turned over now. Montmorency with it, running inside forward 50. Donaldson, great tackle there from Marshall. Comes out now to Santoro, who can run on for Bundoora. Has all the time in the world. Handballs on again to Ryan, who goes up the wing now and finds Dennis, who marks at left half back. And he's just going to wait here. He's got Stellas on in the middle. He finds him. Stellas takes a good mark there. Handball's off now. Shaw running through midfield. Sends a ball inside the forward 50 on the lead. Moorcroft takes it. Moorcroft takes it and will ice the clock here. He's going to take all the time in the world. He's going to go back. He's going to have a shot for his 4th of the day. He's on a slight angle here. He's about 45. The man on the mark's about 45 metres out. And he's going to come in and, as I said, 4th goal for the day coming up.
It's all but over now, and any score here would just further confirm that as the siren sounds. And this shot by Moorcroft after the final siren will just be a matter of making it that final margin, whether it's 4 goals or 19 points.
Gary for 4!
What a great kick.
Goes straight through the middle, and that is the perfect way to cap off a great win for the Bundoora Football Club. Getting home by 24 points over Montmorency. The Magpies losing just their 2nd game of the year. And Bundoora Bulls finishing with the last 5 goals of the game. What an effort. Final scores here. Montmorency 13 goals 12 90, defeated by Bundoora 17 goals 12 114. Boys, what an effing game of football. Ultimately it started with the opening 20 minutes going Bundoора's way and the last 20 going their way, and that was the decisive moments of the game.
Well, we questioned at three-quarter time whether the Bulls were going to be able to stand up when Montmorency threw everything at them, and we knew that Monty were going to come hard, but it just didn't happen hard enough for long enough in that last quarter, and the Bulls were most definitely the better team and most definitely deserved that victory. They were the better team in the first quarter. They had a little bit of a lapse in the second term, but in the second half they were most definitely the best side on the ground, despite a couple of late charges, not late charges, but charges midway through late stages during the middle quarters from Montmorency. They were most definitely the best team all day and thoroughly deserved their win.
It was a great contest. I thought it was very even, especially in that second half. The first quarter was heavily